Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Chicago. We got January the 9th, 2025. It's like a heat wave. We got bright sunshine, 29 degrees. We're still below freezing, but we'll see how bad this wind is. I see how it was pretty calm this morning. We actually walked in along the lake there on TikTok. And since we got this sun, figure we'll head over to the Riverwalk and maybe walk back through the loop there. I thought about going back to the lake, but we were there this morning, so I'll cut out. We saw some icebergs and interesting ice formations there on Oak Street Beach there. But we'll cross over this way. Hey, John James and Dolores and really Julie Reed there. Yeah, I dipped my fries in mayo there. You're in North Oklahoma. Hey, that's good. Thanks for tuning in there. Say hello to the Osage. Yeah, there's good towns there in Oklahoma, Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And we're in Chicago here. Here we're going by the Pendry here. Here's looking south on Michigan Avenue. This Art Deco masterpiece here. Burnham Brothers, the sons of Daniel Burnham here. We talk about it all the time here. Nice fixtures and stuff. Or details. Look at these amazing details. The gold, black, gold relief here. Inspired by a French champagne bottle, or that's what the legend is there. But hey, let's see. We'll see if I can use my gloves here. Lorraine, how you doing there? Heather B. Everybody else there. Oh, you got the snow covering the ground in Fort Worth. I know this cold weather is dipping down the whole nation. That's amazing. But maybe I misunderstood that there. But hey, we might get some snow tonight or tomorrow morning. I don't know. Every time I get my hopes up for more snow, it comes to nothing. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, our condolences to Jimmy Carter family there. I guess they're laying Jimmy Carter to rest today. Stock markets are closed. They only do that when presidents pass away. And here we'll cross the street here. Oops, cars are coming. There's always a car coming. And here, look at the Jewelers Building. Oops, there's the Trump Tower. There, the 17th Church of Christ Scientists. The hotels here. Yeah, John James, Taco Lorraine. Let's see what else we missing here. Yeah, I'm just letting Chris rest here. You know, I know you should eat. She might know more than I do. We're good. We're both good friends with Chris there. Chris is in the intensive care unit there. I'll reach out to him later today. I'm just honestly, I don't want to bug the guy. And he actually tuned in the day after surgery. He was in the messages there. He was in the comments there. And I figure he's recovering, resting, sleeping. He's pretty sore. And I'm just letting him take time to mend there. And when he's ready, I'm sure he'll come back in the comments. But I'll reach out to him. I guess I should do that. I am concerned about him. But it was good news that he made it through the surgery. And yeah, I'll follow up with him. And thanks for reminding me of that. Appreciate it there. I'm worried about our friend there, Chris. So here we'll... the reason I'm going this way, they're working on the Riverwalk, and this portion is closed off. We'll check it out here a little bit. Yeah, Lunch Bunch is here. Chris, how you doing there? Wait, let's see, I missed something. He was looking good? Okay, good. Yeah, so I'm waiting for the light to change here. I want to see really quick. They're still working on the yeah, we can cross the river here. Yeah, they're still working on the Riverwalk right there. We'll quickly run across the street here before the light changes. There we go. It was a left turn anyway. Good. Look, somebody's riding the bike there. This is Wabash here at Wacker Drive. We'll go by the Cocoa Bar. There's a good view to the Jewelers Building, 1925. Look at the clock towers on the side there. And Hey, she hailed a cab. You can still hail a cab. Isn't that nice? And there's the George Washington, Robert Morris, and Chaim Solomon. I'm sure you heard of Robert Morris College. Here we'll go down to the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. You know right where we're at. We've been here hundreds and hundreds of times. Maybe I'll do the spiel on the Eastland disaster since we're getting new content here on YouTube. So here we're down at the Chicago Riverwalk. There's the Marina Towers. Bright sunshine, 29 degrees. Got to hold on the rail. See, we got liquid water. We got liquid water even though it's below freezing because they put so much salt on these steps, I'm sure. Which I'm thankful for that. And yeah, thanks for reaching out for Lorraine and everybody that in LA affected by the wildfires that are in Civic Palisades and by Santa Monica. There's two other large fire areas, I guess, in the San Fernando Valley and up by Burbank and up in the mountains there. Because there's all mountains around LA and up to the coast there. And that fire is scary. I mean, it's so close. It's right close to the city. They're in the city. And so we're all hope they can get it contained there. So it's still burning there, yeah. Yeah, our friend Michael there from the Mojave Desert there. Sometimes it's warm, sometimes it's cold. The desert's like that. It gets cold at night, warm in the day, especially in the summertime, or the wintertime, but sometimes it's not as warm as you think. Evacuation warning from the Palisades. Cars are packed and ready. Wow, the rain's... Wow, I know you're being affected by that. Thanks for reminding me of that. And I know we got other friends and besides Lorraine there tuning in from LA, but thanks, Lorraine. Oh, we will keep your thoughts and prayers there. It shows how, you know, this is real stuff happening. And here we'll head along the Chicago River. It's a little cooler down here by the river. It was warmer up in the sun, the tall buildings, because the sun's so low in the sky. Maybe when we walk back, we'll walk on the north side of the river there, so we might be able to get a few rays of the sun there. So who lives near Parkway Gardens there? Who's TT? So if all, you know, here I am walking on the Riverwalk, and I know it's very big in people's consciousness. And when I was always amazed how every day for the first 6 months I streamed, I get daily multiple questions about O Block. People think that that's the only thing in Chicago. I've been down there. I rode a bike down there. I filmed the King Von mural there at 64th and MLK. I've taken the Green Line to 63rd. Rode a bike down to 73rd and Prairie Avenue. We filmed the one of Al Capone's houses there where his mother lived and his wife lived. But yeah, I've been to O Block, Parkway Gardens. Who lives near there? They're building a hotel over there, and actually it's finished. That was a year ago. I don't even know if it's open, but it's outside Chicago. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, D. Michael, Julie Reed there. You're singing the songs there, yeah. Bringing up the song lyrics, that's good. So, yeah, Marina Towers. And, yeah, well, the reason I'm downtown, I work downtown. I have a day job. I work for an architecture engineering firm right over there. So most of what I do is just walking from where I live in Lincoln Park to where I work. And I'm sure if you got a job too, you know, you could stream your commute to work just like me. I walk here. This shows you they're spraying off their graffiti here. So here's the city that works here. They got solvents and stuff here. So if somebody makes, this is what awesome here. Thanks for cleaning that up there. And so if someone makes a graffiti tag on the stainless steel within days, usually the city blasts it off, and they're pretty good at it. Same if you have an own business or something like that. And that's why there are areas of Chicago that have much more graffiti than this outside the downtown, but most of it is true street art murals that around the metro tracks. I filmed that, and that's okayed by the city. But They don't want gang stuff or, you know, tags just everywhere. And so that's for that reason Chicago has much less graffiti than New York or San Francisco for American cities. And that's the reason why. But yeah, how's it going there, Ali and Michael Anderson? Let's see who else is tuning in here. Yeah, modern day pyramids. Yeah, let's keep it positive. Yeah, thanks, Michael. Yeah, we do have moderators here. I know people want to make jokes or whatever they want to do, which is fine. It goes with social media. I'm used to it. Believe me, we've seen everything. And, you know, it's hard to understand where people are coming from sometimes. Like little short 3-word things that you can't understand context. If it's sarcasm, humor, or something worse. Mojave. Oh yeah, so the smoke's blowing. I guess the smoke's blowing it out into the Pacific. Yeah, we're talking about the LA fires there. And somebody posted a video, already went viral. They were on Santa Monica Beach there, and it looked like a normal sunny California day. And then you pan to the right and you see all the Pacific Palisades on fire. And it looked like, you know, Mount Vesuvius erupting there, but it was fires and the dark black smoke. And there's 2 other fires just as large as that further inland, you know. It's not just that one fire. And I was, even shocked me, the scope of the fires there. And it's fire season's year round now. It used to just be around the Santa Ana winds, but now it's year round in California. Here's the Botanica building. If you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're on the Chicago Riverwalk. Here's where I'll begin to spiel the Eastland disaster. You know, if you take the kayak tours or if you take the architectural tour boats, depending on which one you take, they'll usually mention the Eastland disaster. If you heard of the Titanic, I'm sure you've seen the movie. That happened in 1912, I think. Just 3 years later, 1915. And it's eerily that these tragedies are strangely related, because since the Titanic happened in 1912, the United States and most world governments increased their requirements for lifeboats on all ships, even ships that go in the river, out in the lake. And so the Eastland was a Great Lakes laker that was retrofitted. They concreted the deck and they added a bunch of lifeboats to it. And in 1915, they were going to use it to have a pleasure cruise for workers that worked in the Western Electric telephone company. It was associated with what we would call AT&T or Ma Bell. And their workers and their families on the Sunday, it was July, into July, like July 24th, they were, 1915, they were going to take a pleasure cruise out to Michigan City or the Dunes or somewhere out there. And early Sunday morning that day, people gathered here. This was not here. This was a Wacker Drive was just being constructed. And people loaded on the boats, whole families, kids, children, mothers, wives, fathers. And I think 2,500 people were going to go on this boat and take this pleasure cruise. It was going to be a festive day. People were in good moods. And amazingly, George Halas, you ever heard of George Halas, the great Chicago Bears coach and founder and Hall of Famer there? He was supposed to be on. He was a young kid and he was late, so he was not on there. So that may have spared his life. We don't know. But the boat started to list because it was top heavy, because they've had all those lifeboats and concrete. Here, let's go up here. We'll go up to LaSalle Street so we can look at it here. These are the steps here. If you just joined, we're in Chicago. We're talking about the Eastland disaster here. And the boat started to list. People went from one side to the other. A lot of people were down inside in the bottom in the hull, Hull. Here it's talking about the Eastland disaster. Says it rolled over on the morning of July 24th, 1915. The result was one of the worst maritime disasters in American history. More than 800 people lost their lives. There's the L train. We're looking down LaSalle Street here to see this is the heart of the loop of Chicago. You see how close this was to the center of the city. And that's what was so tragic about it. The boat was only 10 feet away from the edge of the river edge here, and it's listed, it rolled to the left, and people got trapped in the bottom and they couldn't get out, and it filled up with water. It rolled sideways, and over 800 people, a third of the people that were on the boat, died. 22 whole families, men, women, and children lost their lives, and they they took the bodies to be identified. They took them to Harpo Studios, where Oprah later, much later, had her TV show. They retrofitted that, made it a TV studio. But this is the site of the Eastland disaster in Chicago on the main channel. Right there, that's where it rolled over. And if you look it up on Wikipedia, it'll tell you all about it. But so almost as many people lost their lives in the Eastland disaster right here in the Chicago River just 3 years after the Titanic. So they never made a movie about this one, but it was horrible. You see the pictures, they had pulled little babies out, and it was really tragic. And I hate to bring it up, but you know, people talk about haunted things in Chicago. 27 degrees here, 12:20. Here, we'll head across the south here. We got this, hey, there's a nice wheelbarrow Dutch bike there. Look at that. There's the Board of Trade. It's hard to see with the sun there. We'll wait for the cars to turn here. But hey, I'm missing all the comments there. May, how you doing there, Lambie T, head of business? Yeah, check out the Eastland disaster. I didn't know much about it until I moved to Chicago. I've been here for 26 years at least. So look, we got trains there, Board of Trade. And then we got trains here. Here's the Brown Line crossing the river. And there's your classic view. If you ever seen Road to Perdition, the LaSalle Street, the Board of Trade, the historic financial district of Chicago. And then here's the Brown Line stopped. And here, we'll stay up here. We'll stay up here so we can get views of the merchandise mart and some of these newer office towers that were like the Salesforce Tower that were just built much more recently. But here, welcome to Chicago. We got 29 degrees. And isn't it weird? You know, once I get in the sun, I'll feel good. Here, we got another train going the other way here. Here we get another Brown Line heading north there to yeah, there's really tragic pictures, you know, and it shows you, you know, that you get lost in the collective consciousness because it happened well over 100 years ago, you know. And I probably was not remembered because it happened just like the Titanic before World War I. And World War I was such a disruptive event that it didn't, you know, there were so many tragedies like the Lusitania and things that happened in World War I that, you know, it just became another tragedy out of many tragedies that happened. And hey, how you doing there? So here's the underneath of Wells Street. You see how the trains is a double deck. This is a Bastille drawbridge. Remember when they left the sailboats? We usually see them. They have to wait longer for the trains to stop to lift this drawbridge. Here's the merchandise mart. Here, we'll head over this way. Let's walk. We'll see if we can get into the sun there a little bit. And there's the Riverwalk. They're working on it on the other end. You see, they're working on the Franklin Bridge. They got that barge down there. But yeah, I'll check in with Chris and I'll see if I can give you guys an update. I'm just letting him rest there because I figure, you know, if he wants to watch, he knows where to find us. If not, I figure he's just resting. So I'll follow up with him there. I don't want to keep pestering him. How you doing? How you doing now? Thanks everybody for your prayers and concerns. He knows people were asking about him. And I think many of you are friends with him anyway. You can directly message him yourself too. That's good. He'll appreciate that. Newbury, England, 7576. Hey, that's good. Yeah, May tunes in from England there. Here's the Riverfront Esplanade. They got it closed off. See, it's private property, no trespassing. I noticed this in summertime because they just like a mall. They actually own the street, the merchandise mart. It's not a true public street, even though people use it for drop off and stuff. Here, I guess I'll cross the street here since they got us blocked off here with the Esplanade here. That guy thinks I'm filming. I'm not filming him. I'm filming the train here. I thought the train was going to be going by. I know it's creepy. People see somebody with a gimbal and a camera and they're like, "Are you filming me?" I'm like, "No, I didn't even notice you there." Here's the look Look at some of these tops of the Venice skyscrapers here. There's an Art Deco. This one's interesting. Look at that pyramid setback there. It's hard to see because that was much more prominent before all these other high-rise buildings got built. Here's some, postmodern gesture to these neoclassical. Here's the giant heads, and here we'll walk over this way. So here's, they got some AstroTurf in the summertime. The flags are at half-staff for Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's being laid to rest today. I guess there's a lot of stuff on TV. The stock market's closed. But here's the merchandise Mart. You see the Mart, Motorola. I'll take a peep in here. I know the security doesn't like me filming in here, but I'll just go in the door and go out so you can see what the lobby looks like here. They got these beautiful sepia mosaics around the edge here. If you go up the side, it's Marshall's Landing there. You see people sitting on the steps there. There's usually like a flat screen. Let's see if we can see it here. So if you just join, we're in the merchandise mart here. Hey, they're playing piano here. Yeah, see, look, I thought they'd be having the funeral, but they're showing tennis there. You can sit on these stairs here. There's a restaurant up there. And yeah, the merchandise mart. Look how the light's coming through here. Beautiful lobby here. This is the largest building in the world when it was built. Like 2 million square feet at least. There's the giant heads, the business leaders of the 20s that pooled their resources to have this built right before the Great Depression. It was actually not finished until the Great Depression was over. And look at the beautiful Art Deco detailing. It used to be a bunch of, historically there was a bunch of Native American with headdresses like the Illini. They removed a lot of them. You can find some of them in people's yards and stuff. It's like, like the same things pulled from the Garrick Theater, the heads, the German heads. And you understand why that was controversial. But I think there's a few, we noticed there's a few still up there, but they're way in the top and they're hard to see. You can't see them from down here 20 stories below. But here, welcome to Chicago. There was a nice view to the Sears Tower. I just missed it, but maybe we'll catch it here when we go down. And let's see if we can walk around Wolf Point here. We got 12:26. Thanks for tuning in here on YouTube. Hope you're having a good day. We got Thursday. And yeah, we got the walk here, so everybody's turning left here, so let's see if they let me cross the street here. Yeah, thank you. Hey, a rare skywalk here in Chicago. They got them in Streeterville. How you doing? And then they got a few more over in the north end of the loop there. This is Orleans Street. Becomes Franklin when you cross the river. Here's the back of the Salesforce Tower. Hey, Taco, how you doing here? Thanks for tuning in here. We'll head around. We'll see if we can walk around the backside of what's here. There's the Sears Tower. You see there's the tip of the Sears Tower right there. And there's some of the other newer buildings here that were built in Chicago. Yeah, thanks to everybody for saying hello. We know each other here on the lunch bunch. Oh, Conagra Brands. I didn't know they were over here. Look at this lobby. So you get to the Holiday Inn. There's a Holiday Inn up on the top of this. And this is the drop-off here. So I think I'll either go down some stairs or we'll figure out how we can get down to the river level here. Hey, Darlene there, Lambie T, John James, Michael. But hey, that YouTube worked out yesterday. Already 5,000 people we were able to stream clear on Streamlabs. So we got us a viable option if whatever the TikTok ruling is tomorrow. How you doing? And hey, there's that bridge in the upright position. They can close it. They usually leave it up like that. See, there's the train going across the river. We'll see more of that. This used to be the cold storage building, and then that's the bridge where the infamous Dave Matthews Band incident happened, of course. And we saw the stickers on it that jokingly poke fun at it. But hey, let's go down the stairs here, and we'll head down to this new. Remember how I was waiting like a year? They kept having this blocked off. Now they finally got it open in wintertime, and probably when it's summer, they'll probably close it down for some other construction. Well, look how this is nice here with this is the North Branch of Chicago River where it comes in here, and we'll get into the sun here. That's mainly what I wanted to do. The Three Michaels. It's like the Three Kings. We just went past the Three Kings. I think Christopher Dodson filmed that in New York. They got that in other cities. I saw in Europe they were having the Three Kings holiday or whatever it is. Yeah, where's Pizza Lisa? She loves when I say that. Yes, but not at the confluence. She stayed around here. She knows it too. She's been here many times, or at least a few times. And good friend Pizza Lisa there from Omaha area, Nebraska. We see how they got the Y there. That represents the confluence of the three rivers here, and you can see that in Chicago's the city, the Cook County flag. And there's that Calatrava sculpture over there. But here, look at these towers. That one's residential. I think it's luxury rental. This is offices. Salesforce has the naming rights, but there's other offices in there too. We saw Conagra, and that's Bank of America. Those are the old Polk. Was it Polk Brothers? They had it started with a B. They had a mail order catalog. That was a giant warehouse like Montgomery Ward's or Marshall Field's or Sears. It was a catalog mail order business, and they did some adaptive reuse, and they made it housing, residential lofts, and balconies hanging over the side there. It wasn't Polk Brothers, it was Butler Brothers. I think that's what it was, the Butler Brothers. Here's there's a train going across the river. Look how low. So here we are in the middle of the day. That's as high as the sun gets. That's as high as the sun gets in Chicago in wintertime. We're already past the winter solstice, so days are slowly getting longer, but not that bad. Look at that view to the Sears Tower. Look how impressive that is. That's 1,400 feet tall. You know, that's short compared to the ones in Dubai. Tallest building in the world are twice as tall as the Sears Tower now. Can you believe it? Yeah. You're quoting Creedence Clearwater Revival there, looking out my back door. That's good. So this is residential too. This is luxury rental. Looks like they got an amenity deck up there near the top. I've seen people posted videos from the top. The views are spectacular, as you can imagine, from the tops of these buildings. And look how they mirror each other in the glass, the E-glass. But here we are along the banks of the river here. We'll head into the loop here. We'll see if they got the, we'll go by the Thompson Center to check on the construction progress, and then we'll go down to Daily Plaza to see if they got all the Kris Kringle removed. They still were removing it when we were there on Monday, and it looked like Wednesday in the morning we went by there, and it looked like it was still being dismantled. Hey Dolores, how you doing there? And look at that construction on the Franklin Bridge. We'll get a good view of the confluence. Yeah, too bad. We'll see if Lisa graces us with her presence here. Wolf Point. So we're back at the merchandise mart. See, we just went around there. Isn't it nice that they got that opened up finally? In the summertime, we'll come back out and check that out. People will be sitting out there having lunch. So we'll see if we get any snow tonight. Hey, walking the dog. Yeah, it's Nuvian Investment. That used to be the 333 Wacker building. Hey, how you doing, man? There's the confluence. So the south branch is that way. There's the north branch. And then this is the main channel. And of course, it used to flow into the lake. They reversed it now. It goes down the south branch. Goes down the Illinois River through the Sanitary Ship Canal and ends up in St. Louis. Or just north of St. Louis where it connects. Illinois flows in near where the Missouri flows in there. And how you doing? Trying to stay warm there. Yeah, the sky it is warm in the sunshine. Warmer, you know, warm-ish. It's all relative. But it's pretty cold in the let me get across this street here. We got 12 seconds here. Oh, I mean, riding a bike there. And then I think when we cross the street, we'll get a really good view to the Sears Tower here. We'll check out the Salesforce Tower. We'll spin all the way around to the Merchandise Mart. And then here, we'll cross here. This is Franklin. Look at that. We got the L train. We got the Sears Tower. Look at that. Things of the city with the bright sunshine there. It's hard to see with the glare of the sun there, but yeah, beautiful blue skies there. Sweet home Chicago. Peace, love, sunshine. Thanks for tuning in, everybody else. Yeah. And thanks to everybody that tuned in this morning on TikTok. We saw the sunrise over Lake Michigan. We saw those icebergs, and it was pretty cold, but at least it was wind still. And there were people jogging, taking pictures of the sunrise. There we go. Here we got the pink line. Pink line will be short there. Yeah, Leonard Skinner, Sweet Home Alabama. They sung about Neil Young in that song too, remember? Hey, we're underneath the lake. There we go. Look at this. Here's the green line. Look at that. Heading right above us here. So welcome to Chicago. We're at Franklin and Lake Street. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Peace, love, and sunshine. You're in the right place here because Chicago misses you. So that's why a lot of people tune in. They used to live here. No people lived here, grew up here, live other places of the country and world, and you want to just see what's happening in this old toddling town here. And here's, we'll get back a little bit here. Sears Tower. Now we can finally see it. Giant parking garages. Yeah, this is a really good view to the Sears Tower. If you go down Franklin Street, you can kind of see the full height of it. Look how the sun's behind it there, kind of making a sun rays going between those buildings there. Yeah, wave to the motorman. Rattle and hum. Yeah. So here, welcome to Chicago. We're on Franklin Street, just north of Randolph here. We got 29 degrees and clear skies. We're supposed to get snow flurries tonight. I don't know if it'll amount to anything. We'll find out tomorrow morning. And we'll go by the CNA building. The new CNA building. End of August. Oh, yeah, it was a lot warmer then. Here, look at this amazing overhang here. The structural engineers, they love this. There's not a column on the corner. And look, same with that building. There's not a column on the corner. See how it's cantilevered, it overhangs there. Makes a plaza underneath there. People sit out there in the summertime. Same with this. See how there's not a column on the corner? Think of the weight of that building that's transferred, the loads transferred to these two columns. There we got the right here. There's Sears Tower. We're crossing Randolph here. We'll head over on Randolph. Hey, thanks for tuning in to Loop of Chicago. They're working on this plaza here. Hey, let's go over by the Cadillac Palace here. See, here we can see, look at these vintage skyscrapers. They're hidden now. It's hard to see them because they're in the, they're in the heart of the loop here, and there's so many taller buildings near the Riverwalk that you can't see them. But in the 20s, this was a prominent member of the Chicago skyline, and now it's residential. They converted it to adaptive reuse residential, and still beautiful facade here. And there you can see the top of the other one. See, both of these used to be more prominent. Now they're not as tall as the skyline has grown. Southern man, don't need him around anyhow. That's what they said about Neil Young, because I think he sang that song, Southern Man, Southern Man. In his like falsetto voice. I still like Neil Young, but yeah, I know there was a bad beef between him and Leonard Skinner, I think. Of course, Neil Young was in Crosby, Stills and Nash for a while, and they added him, Crosby, Stills and Nash and Young. But then Keep on Rocking in the Free World, and then he hung out with Pearl Jam, or Eddie Vedder at least. Here, we'll cross the street here. We're going underneath Wells Street here. Remember the Blues Brothers? Yeah. There we go, the pink line. Look at that. Oh, I'm in the sun now, so here, well, the pink lines are short. So Wells Street, we'll go under the Cadillac Palace once I get in the shadow here. Look at the facade. Look at this amazing facade. And 188. This is called the Randolph Tower Apartments now. Now they call it the Randolph Tower Apartments. Originally it was a commercial building, and now it's housing here across from the Hotel Allegro. There's a huge hotel in here where the Cadillac Palace Theater is. And there you can see some of the Thompson Center there. New Google there. Former State of Illinois building designed by Hellman Jan. We'll get a better view of it up here. Beetlejuice 3 times. Yeah, it's all manufactured outrage. Yeah, I heard Neil Young sing about her. Shucked. It's corn. Les Mis. So here, there, look at the construction progress on the former Thompson building, State of Illinois building, Hellman Jan. Now it's gonna be the new Google offices here, and they got it tarped up there. I bet that helps the workers there work through the winter there. Here we're back to LaSalle Street, so we'll get a good view of the Board of Trade when we cross. But they removed the whole curtain wall. The whole building's naked now. You see the structure. It's almost like, except for the structure, they're redoing the whole building. And here's City Hall and some of the buildings on LaSalle Street here. And then we got that building there. Hey, the Cadillac Palace Theater. That's very nice. Oh yeah, we got the light here. Across here. How you doing? Go ahead. And then here's the Board of Trade here. Look at that. Yeah. Classic view. Used in so many movies. And they used to actually trade stocks there, but they don't do it anymore. Or commodities, I'm sorry. Yeah, Running Scared. Running Scared, they had the end sequence. They were inside here. That building was just built, finished just before that movie came out in 1986. I think they built this in 1985. And that was the original Hellman Jan design, the interior, that big giant atrium. You're correct, Running Scared was set in Chicago. They also used the Brewster. Look, there's some welding going on right there, the arc welding. There you see the atrium. I used to get my hair cut in there. You go there for the Department of Motor Vehicles. They moved across the street to a temporary location right across from City Hall here. Yeah, Running Scared. They also used the Brewster. The Brewster was used in Child's Play, the Chucky movie, and it was used in Running Scared. They had some action sequences in there where they had shootouts and things. But look at that scaffolding. Look at the size of that scaffolding. That's 20 stories of scaffolding in the atrium there. That's where the elevators. And if you want to see what it used to look like, actually, I got a video. I went in there over a year ago, I think it's on YouTube. They had an architectural symposium, and we went in there and we got some good footage before it was all gutted. And so here, what time we got here? 12:44. We'll quickly cruise by Daily Plaza to see if they got the Kris Kringle wall removed. Here's the City Hall. Thanks everybody for tuning in here on a Thursday. Hope you're having a good day. Long street views. Hey, hi, how you doing there? Thanks for the thumbs up. Let's see. Yeah, West Green. Neil Young's Mirror Ball. Yeah, Pearl Jam was his backing brand. Thanks, West Green. I knew Eddie Vedder and Neil Young. They toured together for a while, and it was probably because of that album. Thanks for the good info. Hey, you guys know your music. That's good. We're all playing this game here. So here's what's left of the Kris Kringle. On Monday, they still had the beer house was up, but they dismantled that. You see how they reuse all these beams? It's probably like a Tinker Toy set there where they, you know, it all has pins and bolts and these beams, and there you see where the girders and the structure of the boards all go together there. So they're dismantling the Kris Kringle Market. They're showing the Jimmy Carter funeral right there. Or no, that must be a Trump news conference. I wonder if it has something to do with Jimmy Carter funeral today here. There's Channel 2 News. There's the Picasso. There's the First Methodist Church there. We'll head over to let's see, do we got time to check out the Bean? Yes, we do. Here comes a ambulance. There you can see City Hall. Some of the vintage skyscrapers, churches, Picasso sculpture. Here comes the ambulance here. 74. So here's the Eternal Flame. It's dedicated to veterans, people served in the armed services, people that paid the ultimate sacrifice in foreign wars, and we thank everybody for their service and people, families connected there. There's the forecast: 29, 28, 29, 30 on Sunday. I can't tell if there's any snow. You can see sunny today, a little bit of snow tomorrow, 29, 14, 15 on Wednesday, so it's going to get bitterly cold next week, but it's January, so that's typical. You can go down to the Pedway down there. We've done that. We might have to, we might have to explore the Pedway next week, and we'll see if we can cross the street here. Here's the, hey, riding the bike here in wintertime, that's great. Hey, there's the 60 bus to Blue Island. Scottish, hey, that's good. Thanks for tuning in there. Orange Bowl, yeah, thanks for reminding me. Notre Dame versus Penn State, that's huge. Notre Dame is at South Bend, which is not far from here. And I'm gonna go across the street here because, I wanna go this way. So here, 70% chance of precipitation in Sunday. So that's your two chances to get some snow there in Chicago here. There's the forecast for Chicago. Oh, it's gonna 18, 7, lows is 6 and 7. Wow. And sometimes you can catch them doing the live broadcast right there, just like Channel 7 or Channel 5. Yeah, Notre Dame. Thanks for tuning in from New Zealand there, Angelique. Thanks a lot there, Kiki. ASSI. Yeah, I don't know where in Scotland. Let's see, we can look back here. He said, my husband was a Scottish, lived there. Yeah, they didn't specify what part of Scotland there. Aberdeen or Glasgow, Loch Ness. Hey, there's the Reliance building here. There's that food court here, Washington Hall. So we just joined, we're in Chicago. We're almost to State Street. We're on Washington. I'm going to cruise over by the Bean here really quickly. I know we probably got Bean overload, but I'm making up for lost time. There's the Eye of Ra. I think there's some beautiful, expand your imagination here. Is this a Disney thing? What is this? Some virtual reality thing, I think that's what it is. Okay, we'll cross over this way. There's the Muddy Waters mural here. We're on State Street. There's the beautiful Reliance building here. Early vintage skyscraper. Now it's the hotel. It's the stay at the Pineapple there. But if you ever take the old elevators in here, some of these buildings, they still have the where you pull the great gate across. See the Reliance building here, 32 North State. And it's Nordstrom Rack. Look at that building there with the arch windows at the top. There's the Chicago Theater. That's as close as we're going to get to it today. We went by it the last few days. We've been going by it there. And there's the other side of Macy's, former Marshall Fields. This is looking north on State Street. And this is looking south, the Palmer House, Hilton's down. We walked all through here yesterday. We came back from the South Loop. And that was a good walk there. You jealous? You got the Loch Ness Monster? Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the cameras here. Albuquerque, New Mexico, 39. Tomorrow will be 20. That's pretty cold for New Mexico. Thanks for tuning in there. Appreciate it. Thanks, Lambie T. May lived in Dalmellington, Ashshire. He was a miner. Wow, he worked in the mines. Wow, that's great. Here's another one of those freaky alleys. Look at, remember I told you they built over the alleys? They built 15 stories above this alley and connected the buildings. And that's how the one time the demand for loop real estate was so high, they used every possible space. Even there was vaults under the sidewalks. They built a tunnel system that connected all these buildings. That was the tunnel system that flooded back in '91. It's a true three-dimensional city, the Stack City, multiple level streets along the river, the skyscrapers, the elevated trains, you know, and just density, density, density. And that's why, as a city planner, this is a great city to study. There's underneath Wabash, there's the Washington Wabash. You can get the orange, green, pink, purple, brown lines. Pink, brown lines. There's the Jewelers and the Trump Tower. We'll head right over to the official Christmas tree. It's still up. They'll probably leave it up until... And here's the Pittsfield building. We've gone in there many times. Hey, there's the green line. Look at that. Yeah, what are you saying here? Pete's Best House. Oh, Pete Best? Wow, you knew Pete Best? Glasgow, yeah, Glasgow's beautiful. That's a beautiful historic city there in Scotland. Yeah, that's great. Thanks everybody for talking there. It is Pittsfield Cafe, 1252. Yeah, the Pittsfield building here, 55. It's beautiful inside there. I got many times we walked inside there. I'll quickly, we'll do the bean here and see if they're got the Zamboni out or if people are ice skating on the ice skating rink. We'll get in the sun there. We'll film the bean in the bright sunshine, then I'll head back to work. Here's the Cultural Center. So if it's really cold next week, we'll just go to the Cultural Center. We'll see what they got displayed in there, if they let me film. Sometimes they don't let me film in there. Depends on what the security does, whatever their latest directive is. But it's beautiful. They got a Tiffany Dome, the largest Tiffany Dome. And then there's the other dome. There's two domes in there. Best potatoes. Led Zeppelin. They didn't show up to do security in '75. Yeah, Led Zeppelin. So here, we'll cross here. We're back to Michigan Avenue. There's the bean. We'll go right over here. This is Michigan Avenue looking south. There's the old Montgomery Ward. It used to have a tower on it, but now it's housing. There's a penthouse apartment at the top there with amazing views to the lake and skyline here. Just waiting across the river here, the Cultural Center. That used to be the library. And there's the, hey, we got the light here. Across here. And again, talking about the three-dimensional Stack City that's looking up to the Wrigley Building north on Michigan Avenue. Parking garages, there's several levels of parking. You go down in the middle of Michigan Avenue. Underneath the Bean, there's parking. Underneath Millenium Park, Maggie Daly Park, there's parking. South Grant Park Garage down by the Art Institute. And look, they're taking the lights off the trees. They're taking the lights off the trees. Let's see if we can get around here. And signs of the changing seasons. We saw them put these lights up, and now they're starting to take them down. Welcome to Chicago. Here we're back to Millenium Park. This was the official Christmas tree. Taking the lights off. And it came from Logan Square. They cut down, somebody donated the tree. I think it says it here on the sign. It's a 53-foot, 8-inch Colorado blue spruce donated by the Holden Shattuck family, Logan Square. Thanks for your donation there. Brought so much joy when they turned that on. We got footage when they turned that thing on. Yeah, they just had the Zamboni, they cleared everybody off the ice skating rink. And they do this at usually around 12:30. They'll run the Zamboni and then smooth out the ice. And then they'll let people on probably about 5 minutes here. Yeah, nothing lasts. I know. That's why I posted that rerun from a year ago when the lights were still on. Because it doesn't last long, does it? The time flies. I can't believe I'm like, where's the last 25 years gone, you know? I still feel like it's 2000, like we just did the Millennium. But here, look at all these new buildings that have been built since then. St. Regis, they added the top 20 floors to the Blue Cross Blue Shield. When I moved here, that building was only that tall. It almost doubled the height. Hey, we got the sunshine here. We got 12:56. We'll end it. Sometimes we start at the Bean, sometimes we end at the Bean. Depends on which way we go here. Hey, and I posted that footage on YouTube. Somebody was flying a little drone next to the Bean there, so I said there was a drone sighting at the Bean. But it's not the New Jersey drone. Yeah, thanks for the time and temp there, Michael. Time flies. Hey, oh, I appreciate it. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, thank you.
Can I take your picture by this bean?
Yeah, go ahead.
Beautiful bean.
Yeah, how you doing? I like the little... hold it up there, yeah.
Are you in town for the coaches thing?
No, I work right over here. I just live stream like at lunchtime around the Loop. We usually stop by the Bean here. So you're having a nice promotion here. That's good. Yeah, we'll promote. Yeah, we're promoted. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, take it easy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, look at all these other people taking pictures here by the Bean. And yeah. So yeah, we got a root for the Lions. Kevin's a Lions fan there. It's good. Look at these people taking pictures of the Bean here. Hey, it's nice to see the sunshine here. So there is some little streaks. People ask, they said, well, how does the Bean get cleaned? Usually when it rains or snows, the water. One time we were here when it was raining. Remember, everybody was sheltering under the Bean like an umbrella, and we saw the rain naturally cleaning the Bean and stainless steel. But it does get little streaks, and the seagulls get up there and mess it up, as you can expect. But here, there's nobody ice skating here. The Zamboni smoothed off the ice, but they're probably about ready to let people back on. But it'd be Scotland. Yeah, you're already in the evening there. It gets dark pretty early in Scotland this time of year, because you're as far north as southern Scandinavia. But here's the Bean of Chicago. They call it Cloudgate. It was a London-based artist there, Anish Kapoor there. He won the competition. And yeah, well, thanks for checking out Chicago. Thanks everybody for... Hey, they're doing a dance there. Yeah, look at that. They're doing a viral dance there. Hey, they're taking a nice group photo there. See, that's why the Bean's so great. You can take a picture of yourself in the Bean with the skyline. It's like an inverted mirror there, just like an MC Escher ball. And see, look, they're doing it too. You take a picture of yourself in the Bean. You see myself walking there. And I'm going to go drink this polar seltzer. Hey, Christopher. Thanks for tuning in here. About to wrap this up there. But yeah, nothing big. We just walked along the Riverwalk. You can watch the rerun, as you know, if you want. I know you got plenty of other stuff to do. appreciate your live streaming there, and so I just they handed out a free drink there, so I got a seltzer there. We'll try out the ginger lime here and see what it tastes like. Hey, the Prudential building. There's the Aeon. So they're taking down the lights, the Christmas tree. We'll go back to the Bean here. Yeah, it's really pretty there. Thanks for staying on. 29 degrees with sunshine. It feels much better in the sun. It is kind of cold, and in the shadows. And so I'm gonna head back to work. We'll go this way, and we'll go by this new Mexican restaurant. It's crazy, living La Vida Loca. I want to check out the Freda mural here, and the colonnade here. You see the nice Smurfit Stone building, the Diamond State building. Have you ever seen Adventures in Babysitting? They used that 1980s movie. So many 1980s movies were filmed in Chicago, we can't even keep track of them all. Augmented Chicago, they got this augmented reality stuff. Yeah, thanks for tuning in from Scotland there. I see, am I saying your name right? ASSI, I see. And I'm notorious for mispronouncing things, so if I mispronounce your name or any of the names of things in Scotland, please forgive me. I appreciate your attention here, checking out Chicago. And yeah, we're on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, but we don't know if TikTok's going to be banned. We'll find out tomorrow here in the United States. And the ongoing feud. I wonder if Europe wants to ban X now. I'm sure Germany wants to ban X. You know, America's paranoid about China influencing our elections through TikTok, and X is doing it out in the open in Germany, and everybody knows it. Here, Esta Loca Mexican restaurant. It's crazy. Christopher, you know me, every once in a while I can't help but making some sarcastic remark about the new incoming administration, and someone was like, why are you bashing Trump? I'm like, I bash Biden, I bash Trump, I bash myself, you know, even though I stream in Chicago, sometimes I make fun of Chicago. I'm like, man, I can't believe for years they called me a snowflake because I lean to the left, and now when they're in power they can't stand any criticism. So who's being the snowflake now? I'm talking about people that can't stand any criticism of the incoming administration, even though, for me, I'm looking at some of the stuff with horror. Here's, hey, there's the L train going by, crossing Randolph here. There's the Prudential building. And if I don't talk about politics, it's even worse, because it's like ignoring it. It's like, you know, the whole world, it's like ignoring the fires in LA. We got to talk about it. We got to talk about the fires in LA. We got to talk about natural disasters. If I mention the horrible word climate change, people go nuts. You know, they can't even have a discussion about it. And so landmines everywhere. The perils of live streaming are legion. We all know this. And I'm going to head into work here. And I'm going to wrap this up because I think this is the same woman I ran into 6 months ago walking through the loop, and she doesn't like live streamers. She'll start yelling at me if she sees me, so I'm going to turn this off. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Have a great day. We'll be on TikTok tonight. If you missed any of this rerun, thanks for tuning in from all over the world. May, thanks for tuning in from England. Asi, thanks for tuning in from Scotland. Everybody else, if we missed you. And the Lunch Bunch, thanks to my mods. I'll check in on Chris, our great friend Chris there, and see how he's doing. I'll get back to you, see if I get an update. And if anybody else hears anything, please let us know, okay? So I'll talk to you later here from Chicago. Have a great rest of your day here, okay? Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Danny, thanks for tuning in there. No, I know that, Danny. I don't like confrontation. See, look, she's looking at me right now. So, you know, I'm just going to walk back to work here, and we'll see what happens here. I'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot, Danny. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot.